The irons I'm reviewing today have been around for a while, but I think they're possibly still some of the best options and best irons around for the person who's after a good looking iron, a bit of forgiveness, and that forged feel. Today, we're reviewing the Wilson D9 Forged. Hi everybody, I'm Lee Whitaker, and today, as I said, I'm reviewing the Wilson D9 Forged. I'm going to get some numbers with a 7 iron, and then I'm going to hit some shots, approach shots with a 5 iron, a 7 iron, and a pitching wedge into a simulator. Sadly, I can't get out on the golf course because the weather will just not let up. So I'm still stuck in the studio doing reviews, which is pretty sad because I'd like to be on the golf course. And we're just going to see how these look, sound, feel, and who I think these are designed for, and whether these are actually an option for you, but are possibly overlooked a little bit by some golfers. So I'm just going to hit some initial shots towards this green. Obviously I've warmed up, not great scattering. It's 171 yards to the pin. Now this 7 iron is 30.5 degrees, so it's in the same degree of loft as a TaylorMade P790. So that's what I'm going to put it up against when I compare these. Now the P790 is arguably one of, if not the best selling irons that's ever been made, and TaylorMade know it, and they just keep producing it year after year. And people resort to them because of the name, but are there other options? Not a bad start, I'll take that. Now what I'm looking for when it comes to a 7 iron, which this is, had to double check, is launch angle, spin, and then carry distance. Now the ball speed at 115 is quite low, but it was a first shot, so not too bad. A couple of things that I like: launch angle at 18. I want my 7 iron for my optimal numbers to be around 19 to 20, and anything from 6,000 to 7,000 backspin is ideal for a 7 iron. It's exactly what you want. It means it gives you that stopping power when it hits the green, because this is an approach iron to a green and you want the ball to stop. Looks wise, I mean, this looks fantastic. I love the way that it's kind of like two-tone, but when you look down at it, it just gives you the whole shiny feeling, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Yank my balls. Doesn't matter how forgiving it is, you put a bad swing on it, sadly, it's always going to go that way. But the face, so you've got this shiny bit, this stainless steel or this stainless look part here, and then the matte sort of satin finish to the iron, and I love it when you look down at an iron like this. I love this shiny bit into the matte. And top line wise, it's not too bad. It actually is pretty thin. It's just sort of standard, it's not super thick. You know, this isn't a super game improvement iron, but it is supposed to be a really forgiving iron, but look just as good as anything else out there. That's more like it. Stop now. Yeah, lovely. Really like that. Picked up a bit of speed. Launch angle still around 18, which is great. Spin 6,100, which again is great, considering this is a stronger lofted 7 iron, and my 7 iron is 34 degrees, and they're the kind of numbers I would be wanting from that. So to get it from a stronger lofted 7 iron, but eking out a few yards, because my 7 iron is about 165, that's got 170, it's what I'd expect. But what you're getting with this over a lot of other game improvement irons that are cast or only have forged faces is a forged iron, and because of that, it feels phenomenal. I might need to get these in the bag. Again, really good. Really good numbers. A little bit technology. So it is a forged iron. It obviously is a cavity back, so you're getting that forgiveness. Underneath, you're getting like these speed slots, or these they're like hollowed out parts. They're like little slots that have been filled with, I can only guess it's like a polymer or something like that. And what that's designed to do is give you maximum ball speed and maximum sort of launch and everything off the face with these little hollowed out parts. It's designed to give you just that more powerful ball flight, more ball speed, if for those people who don't hit it out the center. And let's be honest, if you're in a D9, you're going to be one of these people that don't hit it out the center all the time. They'll be like this muppet. Right, I'm going to hit one more, and then I'm going to get some numbers and see how it performs. Easy. On the number every time. Right, I'm going to hit some shots with 7 iron, get some numbers, and then we're going to hit a few 5 irons and pitching wedges into a green and see how this performs on other clubs apart from the 7 iron. I've got a chance. Go on. Oh! Oh! Okay, numbers then. So I hit 6 shots, average ball speed 119.7, really good. Around 120 is pretty good for a 7 iron. Launch angle 17.2, a little bit low, but again, they are a lower loft than what I'd be used to, so not too bad considering the loft of the club. Spin 6.3 and all pretty consistent around 6,000, 6.3, 6.1, 6. So very, very consistent, not a very big standard deviation of 267 there, which is something I like to see. I like to see consistency when it comes to irons. Descent angle 46, really, really good. Anything over 45 is pretty good, but you know, I want 47s, maybe up towards 50s, but coming in at a great descent angle and a really good peak height. And then an average carry of 166. And again, it's very, very consistent with only a 2-yard deviation. And some of them are like, that's 2 foot 3 inches, 1 foot 7 inches. Like, this is a very, very forgiving and accurate iron. Like, I've been really, really impressed with it so far, with getting the numbers and then using it just on that practice. I think this could get into a lot of people's bags. Okay, so that was the 7 iron and the numbers were 7 iron. I'm gonna get some 5 irons and pitching wedges and just see how it feels and what the long irons are like, and also what the wedges feel like, because the wedges are highly important when it comes to clubs like these with these stronger lofts. 44 degrees in a pitching wedge, so you are going to need something around 48 when it comes to wedges, so you do have to bear that in mind, that when you get stronger lofted irons, you're going to need to really think about your wedges. If you went 50, 54, 58, you'd have a pretty big gap from 44 to 50, so you do need to just make sure you check the lofts and you make sure your wedges gap correctly. Right, so 7 iron, impressed with, loved it. How is the 5 iron? Well, 200 yards out. Normal 5 iron for me is about 190, so I'm kind of hoping this just runs on a little bit. Didn't quite catch that, got that a little bit out the bottom, but it's still done okay. I mean, it's not the greatest strike, but the club's still got up there. It's just on the side of the green. Let's see if we can hit one out of the middle of the club. Apparently, it does exist. That's more like it. I have got this high fade going on at the minute, which I'm liking, but I can't quite get used to. Carry 183, not amazing. Haven't really caught one yet, but I've not caught one and it's still doing pretty well. Right, I've caught that one. Look at the height on that, that is fantastic. Oh my God, get in. Oh, I love that. Yeah, big difference. When you catch this out the middle, feels phenomenal. You just instantly feedback, like I've hit that one and I've hit it well. And as you can see, the result was superb. But even the ones I've hit a little bit out the bottom and a little bit out the toe, they've still performed okay. Definite drop-offs, you're gonna see the drop-offs, but actually still went up in the air and still sort of went forward a decent distance, which is all you can ask for from a club like this. But that is ridiculous. 1 foot, 11 inches to the pin from 200 yards out. Tap in my birdie. Again, a lovely high fade. I just pushed out to the right, but really good for distance. The 5 iron's superb. Love the 5 iron. Right, 130 yards out. Let's just hit a couple of wedges. See if we can control the flight with them. It's always something I like. So we'll have one where we'll hit normal shot, and then we'll see if we can keep one down. And if you can control the wedges, it's a big plus for me. Yanked. But good height, good stopping power on the greens. But carry 130 is what I'd want a pitching wedge to do. Spin 9,000, everything you want it to do, except I didn't start it anywhere near on the right line. God, I'm peppering pins. Get in. Oh! What's it gonna take? I have never, ever, when I've been testing clubs, been so close to the hole with one set of irons in my life. This is unreal. Right, I'm just gonna see if I can hit a controlled lower ball flight into this green. Yeah, I love it. Nice and low. One skip stop. Really impressed. Really, really impressed. So Wilson D9 fours, what do I think? I think they're phenomenal. I think they are absolutely fantastic. Really easy to control, really easy to hit. The feel is unreal when it comes to this kind of iron. Normally with a game improvement type iron, your feel disappears, it sounds clicky, it just doesn't perform. This has absolutely shocked me at how good and how soft, and it's just everything. Everything about it has impressed me. The looks, the satin on the nice shiny carbon steel. The top line is nice and thin for what would be a forgiving iron. Down at the ball, there's not a lot of mid offset. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely superb. And I think people who play Wilson clubs and Wilson D7s and D9s rave about them. And a lot of time in my comments, when I talk about forgiving irons, people are like, you need to try the Wilson, you need to try the Wilson. Well, I think it's a winner, absolute winner. But I'd love to know what you think. Are you a D9 player? And if you are, what is your assessment of them? They have been around for a while, so there will be a lot of you out there who are playing the D9. I am so sorry I've missed this club for the last year. It is, it's just unreal. It's unreal how good it is. And we've got a full set of these. I want to go out and do a break par with these D9s because I think they are just superb. If you have liked this video, please do hit that like button down below. And if you are new to the channel or have not yet subscribed, click my logo there and that will take you to the subscribe page. We are closing in on the time of filming this on 11,000 subscribers. I'd love that to grow and I'd love you to be part of the community that grows it with me. So I'll see you all very, very soon. Unreal. Unreal.